Hey guys, welcome to another teaser. So this will be from the 12th of May to the 16th of May. Without wasting any time, let's dive right into it. Mapiti makes a mess of a big interview with a politician. I'm assuming this is Braboiki. I saw some trailer where she was having an interview with him and it really looked like he's messing up. I just didn't know that he was actually a politician. But I mean, the funny thing is, whenever someone is a tenderpreneur, for some reason, they're closely associated with a politician. Either they are a politician or closely associated with a politician. Kind of strange. But anyway, a half-naked man runs into Fence's studio seeking help. I'm guessing this is DJ Thomas. Because Fence, I think, is that photographer. And this building is where Mapiti's office is. And I can't imagine Tibos running naked or half naked into his studio. So this is DJ Thomas. I'm wondering though what could have happened. I still doubt that it will be Tibos who finds them if they are found. I think someone will find out first. I just have a feeling that Tibos will be the last one to find out. Well, at least not the first one to find out. And this is, whoever this is that person. Because like I said before, if it was Tibos, they were going to mention it. But now they don't mention it, so as a viewer, you have the assumption that it's Tibos because 1 plus 1 is 2, but with Skeem Saam, 1 plus 1 is never 2. So going to Tuesday, Mapiti fires Ceci Betha. I wonder what she has done. But anyway, this is again one of those storylines that I'm really interested to see how it progresses, and it's one of those storylines that I'm interested to see for the reasons that I've mentioned before. So I'm not going to dwell much on this. I'm just going to continue. Pex's unpredictable mood swings begin to take a toll on Mr. Homo. I mean, it becomes a point where enough is enough. And also it becomes a point where you need to accept the reality for what it is than what you hope it was. You are in a situation now. As long as you're not going to change it, well, at least in that current moment, eventually that's the reality that you need to accept. Yes, you might need a bit of time to come to grips with what's happening, but it can't be forever. And everyone around you, while they are trying to help, you are pushing them away. They will understand to a certain extent because also they are people. They have feelings, so it's that kind of thing. So Pex, whatever he's going through, yes, it's sad and whatever, but he needs to accept the reality for what it is and try to make the most out of the situation. That's his play. That's his only play. We are moving on. Amukelani reaches out to Lewate, but Moseviadi is not impressed. Amukelani, I'm guessing this is that doctor's kid. The one who's always in conflict with Pex. I'm guessing that's him. Now that I think of it, I don't think Skeem Saam is doing a real good job with the high school and the high school pupils as far as storyline. There's like before, during the Mapiti and Tibos and Kwaito's times when they were in high school, the drama or the drama, like Skeem Saam as a drama or a show, it had at least 70% to 80% of the stories were around the school and the people. And this is what it's looking now. Now that seems to be in less than 10% of their storylines have nothing to do with students. And I would like to assume that Skeem Saam, their target audience or their audience is mainly young adults and teenagers. Then when you have content that it's less 10% that serves that audience, that's when you should know that something has gone wrong. And whatever that thing is needs to be looked at, revised, and some decisions to be made. But that's just my thought. Moving on to Wednesday, DJ Thomas and Mapiti air their dirty laundry on Berry FM. Okay, now you're getting somewhere. Like I just said a couple of seconds or minutes ago, that this is that storyline that I'm interested to see how it unfolds. Yes, it's long overdue, but it's nice to see how it evolves, because of we get to see different sides to these characters, and some, like DJ Thomas, as I've mentioned before, we get to go a little in depth into his character, because besides him being a DJ at this radio station, we don't really know much about him. And that is, I think, this storyline gives us an opportunity into that his world, even though it's not that deep, but into that little bit, at least we have an idea of what kind of a character he is. So this would be interesting. Can only imagine the aftermath. If this is on air, whether this was by a mistake or by design, it's very interesting to see what the outcome will be, how this plays out. Braboiki sends a chilling reminder to Kwaito and Tibos about power dynamics. This is Braboiki's character when he came onto, and this is what I see most of the time when new characters come on screen or join Skeem Saam. The first few weeks, that's where they have a strong presence, and it looks like there is some storyline behind them that is going to actually be big. But then it dies off after a few months. Then it dies off. If you think of Braboiki and how he came into the scene, I was thinking, okay, we are going to get some storylines into that different world, the world of tenders and political influence. I thought we were going to get a bit of, storylines around that kind of world, which we didn't. And another example, this will be Hopan Felix. Yeah, this will be him. He came on, he had a strong presence, and then that sort of died. And then he came back again, and that's when now I guess his time was done, and then he left. But this is what happens. Initially, when they come on with a strong presence. But after a few weeks, that just dies off, and then after a few months, then it's like back again. And I don't know, I don't understand what's happening there. But anyway, so Braboiki, yeah, this is again, if we do not get to at least dive in a bit into these characters that they keep bringing on screen, if we don't dive into their characters a little deeper, then there's no need to bring the characters, because it doesn't change anything. So anyway, Thursday, a husband seeks revenge after discovering his wife's infidelity. Obviously, this is Tibos. I wonder what revenge this is. Maybe he's looking for blood, as you know, as he should. You can't blame him. Not to say it's okay, or the blood that he might be looking for, at least to beat up someone. That's what I meant to say. Moving on. Pax witnesses the negative impact of his swings on his father. I'm not going to talk about this or comment on this rather. Friday, a disgraced. This always happens. Always happens. I can't just get through a teaser without this happening. A disgraced wife has nowhere to turn after her infidelity is exposed. Talking about Mapiti, obviously she will get, okay, maybe depending on whether they're married in or out of community of property. I was thinking if they are in community of property, by law, Tibos is the one who actually needs to move out, even though Mapiti is the one who has done the affairs and who's in the wrong in this situation. But by law, Tibos is the one who should move out and still take care of the kids. So that's crazy to think about. Pax finally sees the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, it's about time, if you ask me. But anyway, I'm not gonna say anything on this. The only storyline that I am looking forward to is that Mapisi and DJ Thomas Tibos, to see where they go with this. I mean, it is the only one they currently have that is of interest. Outside of this is Pax doing his Pax thing, and outside of that, it's which story? There's nothing, or at least nothing that I can think of at the moment to show that there's no story that's more interesting than the Mapiti one. So it will be interesting to see how it unfolds. I can't wait to see that. So that was it. So until next time, I'm Young. I'm out.